Is it possible to go from this to this?
Te kōrero ko Julian Lee, tā rātou tumu pāpā ho.
Kia ora, do you speak Maori? Well, I certainly don't, but I reckon it's possible. I've done the maths. I reckon it's possible to become completely fluent in Te Reo in just 1 month. The experts think it is completely impossible. The experiment begins Waitangi Day. Languages are hard yakka. Years and years of practice, awkward conversations, classes, reading, writing. Depending on who you ask, languages have different difficulties. Pākoki, trigonometry, tater bird cry, pakwere. How long does it take to learn a language?
It depends.
Japanese can take an English speaker 2,200 hours to master. But Maori isn't as hard as Japanese for an English speaker. But the problem is no one's worked out how many hours it takes to master Te Reo. Is 300 hours enough? And can you cram that into a single month? Excuse me, you wouldn't have to know where I could find a linguist, would you?
I think you found some.
Oh, you're both linguists?
Yes.
What are the odds?
Yeah, I think you can get quite far in 3 months. Three years really. 5 hours a week.
Would you rate, with your knowledge of linguistics, how would you rate the difficulty of Te Reo for a native English speaker?
Well, I think it's probably on the slightly easier end of that longer spectrum. I think you'll get to a certain level of proficiency, be able to say basic things.
When I hear basic, I'm not after complete fluency.
No, but I think you'll be able to conduct a basic conversation.
And of course, I'll need a guide, a famous one at that. At Joe's Garage in Wigram, Christchurch, where you can order a latte in Māori.
Kia ora ha, tēnā koe.
Tēnā koe.
Julie. Enoho. Hei te pēhea koe.
I reckon I can become fluent in Te Reo in 1 month.
Okay. You've set yourself an audacious challenge.
Completely fluent. The whole thing. Go on a marae, talk about interest rates, you know.
It's a long journey, and I've been doing it now for 25 years, and I'm still learning now.
Kei te pia koe, kei te pia koe. You know, like there's a lot more going on here than just New Zealand English little mumble away.
One of the tricks of learning the language, and you touched on it, is this shyness of trying to keep things locked in inside. One of the things I always try to tell people is, you know words, you'll know some sentence structures, so don't let our language be lost by you keeping it inside you, let it out. There's an old saying that says, and it came originally from a guy called Po Te Mara, a very acknowledged exponent of Te Reo Māori, who said, patua te tani whawhakamā, slay the dragon of shyness, or slay the monster that is shyness.
When white fellas speak Māori, is there like a white accent? You know what I mean? You can still feel the Pākehā accent. I can hear the Pākehā accent, that's the weirdest thing. Pātua, it's like you've got to change the whole, you know.
And so when I was learning, my whole bedroom just had sticky notes all over it, or papers all over it with the words, and it just helps you, and that shows your whole commitment. It's a Ngaito phrase that says, kia manawa titi, be determined, kia manawa titi. So have the heart of the titi, of the mutton bird, and grow and be determined and be strong. So kia manawa titi.
And with that advice in hand, it's time to hit the puka puka.
Which was the language to start with.
And the marae and the teachers and anyone who will put up with D-grade Māori. With only 30 days to do it in.